guys, happy Tuesday. Next week is Thanksgiving.
Yeah! Thanksgiving's my favorite holiday.
Thank you for joining us today for the Mullen Group. I am sorry that we haven't had any videos or anything that we've posted. We have just been swamped.
Yeah.
We've done a few open houses, we have listings, we have buyers,
a lot of
closings, inspections. So I'm trying to keep everything up to date with all of you with our YouTube channel. We're also going to start posting on our Facebook pages too, because some people are confused with getting onto the YouTube and they feel they have to make a channel. So for us older folk who don't know how to do all of that, Nikki is here to help guide you. But
A little bit.
we're going to talk today about some of the new laws that came out in August of this year, because we're getting a lot of feedback from buyers and sellers, and they're not understanding the new laws. So we're going to kind of break it down for you. And Nikki came from a different agency like I did, but she was doing her training with that agency, so she can fill in some of the blanks as to what other brokerages are doing with this law. But I just wanted to start out with, in August of this year, NAR came down with new laws for agents to have to go and be compliant with. If we do not do it according to law, we can lose our license, and quite frankly, it's not showing homes and not filling these things out, these forms that I'm about to tell you, is not worth us losing our license over. So to begin with is the South Carolina Real Estate Relationship Disclosure. That is a form that needs to be signed and filled out. Your agent should be discussing this with you. It is a form that actually goes over client versus customer, right? So what we normally do is send over the forms to the clients. We explain to them what makes the difference between a client and a customer, but yet they have to read it also, and we always tell them to read it, have them sign it and send it back. The other thing is that with this new law, we are not allowed as agents to go ahead and show a house unless a certain form is signed. The form can be in the...
Depending on the brokerage, definitely depending on the brokerage. It can either be a type of agreement to show the home, but the main one is the exclusive rights to buy. Yeah.
So the exclusive right to buy is one that I've always used, because that explains in depth what I do as your agent and what I am required to do by law for you. So I want to go over the exclusive right to buy because, as Nikki said, there's other brokerages out there that don't use that to sign. They use a showing agreement, or they'll come up with their own agreement.
A viewing agreement.
But just know that you're going to have to sign something before you enter into a home in real estate now. So the exclusive right to buy is a standard form that we all use anyway. And on there's three things. One is you have to check whether you're a client or a customer, and that comes after the agent explains to you what that is and after you read that disclosure for South Carolina. So that will be the first thing that you would have to, agree upon. Second thing is the time frame. So I normally do a 3-month time frame. Nikki, what do you normally do?
I do 6 months, but I have had recently, with the unease of people understanding having representation and signing the agreement, I have done a week contract to just view properties, to represent somebody if they're, especially we've had a lot of out-of-town clients, and they don't want to sign something for 3 to 6 months if they're only going to be here for a week and they don't necessarily find something. So I've had to do a week, and technically with the new law you can do 24 hours, sometimes just specifically for that property. And on. And where I've gotten is that people want to do minimal, like a week, which is good, at least it's something. But either way, you have to have some type of representation in order to just step foot in a house to view it, even virtually.
Right. And so I've never done a week. I've always done 3 months to 6 months or even a year, because some of the properties I know is going to take longer. And I don't want to, if I sign you up for, let's say, a week, and then we don't find what you want, I have to go ahead and send that form again and make a new date and have you initial. So for me, I tell all of my people, I find you a house within 3 months anyway. So this way, if you like me and you want me to represent you, I normally put a 3-month thing down. But as Nikki said, there's a lot of people out there that are not even familiar with the law yet. That's why we're here today, to help you understand what that is. And hopefully you'll have more of a sense of, we're not trying to get you or tie you into us being your agent. It's just the law.
And we're trying to help you find your home.
Right.
Like your next home.
Right. So the third thing on the exclusive right to buy is the commission end. This is where it gets...
Compensation.
Yes, the compensation. So this is where it gets kind of fun. So back before this law happened, there were agents, unfortunately, not discussing to their clients how we were being paid as realtors. I always did. So this part of the law is not a big issue for me, because I always have been transparent with my clients, whether it's seller or whether it's broker, as to how I get paid. I honestly do not work for free. No agent works for free. So you have a listing agent for the seller who has to get paid for the seller, by the seller. You have a buyer agent that needs to be paid, and they get paid by the buyer. So you have 2 agents, a listing agent and a buyer agent. Neither one works for free, so how are they getting compensated, right? So basically, with the exclusive right to buy, I work for a certain percentage, and if you agree to that percentage, we put that on the exclusive right to buy. And with negotiations, all of that can change, and we go into detail with you regarding that. But you need to know whether you're going to sell your house or whether you're going to buy your house. Each agent specified to that particular party has to be paid by one or the other. So that's something that some agents were never discussing before, which was really bad. And
will cause the whole problem, or
right, and
cause the whole lawsuit in the first place.
Yeah, so we were sued by some buyers that were never explained that they had to pay the buyer agent anything, or they did pay it and then they found out after they were in their home, they looked over their closing documents and realized, oh my gosh, I didn't realize I was paying this to the agent. They never disclosed that. So this is why this law is very important, and it's very important for us to go ahead and do a video on this, just so that you are aware that this is really what it's come down to now. So my only hope is that if you are looking to sell or buy, please don't be angry at us realtors when we say we have to send you some forms to sign before you can look at a house. We have to send you forms to sign by law. We have to, and that's our job, and we comply with the law.
But this also gives you an opportunity to ask questions.
Yeah.
Your agent or the person you're talking to, they should be able to answer them. They should be able to go in depth with it for you. You should be able to understand what you're getting yourself into, who you're signing with and representing, who you want to advocate on your best behalf, negotiate for you, look out for your best interest. That is what we are trying to do.
Yeah, and so what we do here with the Mullen Group is we work hand in hand with our clients, sit down and make sure that they totally understand everything, so it's a seamless process. We are in charge of taking care of the stress end of everything, so that when I am at a closing and my clients give me a hug and say, oh my gosh, thank you so much, this has been so easy, I hug them, I get in my car, and I always say, if they only knew, because they are paying me to handle all the stress stuff, right? And that's what we get paid for. So I hope this video has helped you a little bit understand a big part of real estate and the initiative part of when you're starting to look. These are things that need to be done. Nikki, did you have anybody ever turn you down after you told them that they had
not turn me down, but did have question when it came to the compensation part, because they didn't understand that even though I say I charge this amount, I still negotiate and advocate on your best behalf to try and get the seller, selling agent, seller part to pay, if not half, but full of that commission. So it's easier on the buyer. And once they realize that, oh, the other side is offering some of my compensation, and I'm only going to be paying you, I'm not going to be paying anything, only half of that. Oh, okay. It's just all about asking the right questions, and I do believe that in some of our other videos that we're going to put out, we'll dive more in depth on each of those categories to give you a little bit more insight. This is just a general video to let you know, if you call an agent and they ask for a form to sign, that's why.
And also, just to let you know, it's changed for us too, because we used to know exactly how much a buyer was going to help pay for a buyer's agent commission. It used to be on MLS. They're not allowing that anymore. So we go into this whole process not knowing if the seller is going to help with our commission, and you know, that's why you have us as agents, because we have to discuss that with the other agent as well as, and like Nikki said, that's the biggest thing I think that our group does, is that through the negotiations, because we've done this for so long, through our negotiations we're able to get the seller to pay half, if not all, of our commission. So if you have any questions out there, if you're with a real estate agent that you're already with, I hope this has enlightened you, and I hope that your agent has discussed this. If not, you need to discuss it, but always feel free to contact me or contact Nikki, and we can help you answer any questions that you might have, not just to become your agent, but want you to be knowledgeable for what you're getting into. So
you don't know unless you ask, and everything can be solved with a simple conversation.
That's right. So we're going to be putting this on Facebook along with YouTube, because again, people my age, YouTube, the social media is way out of my league. So
it comes so advanced.
No. So you guys have a blessed day, and again, just give us a call. It's called, and we are the Mullen Group, and 803-603-6355. Nikki, what's your number?
803-622-8095.
So we look forward to hearing from you. If you don't want to call, just message us on Facebook, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Until next time.
Until next time.
Bye. Bye.